Trevor Reeser are both off, and that's 2 big eliminations because both those guys coming in here were just getting G after G, game after game, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, so right now, Edmonton Impact and Omaha Vicious both have a team in the snake. I'm sorry, have a player in the snake. And better field position right now for Edmonton Impact. They're in snake 2. Shane Colby into snake 1. Both teams have lost a body. Trevor Reeser has died for Omaha Vicious, and Justin Rabikoff was shot by Nate Schrader over there on the D side of the field. So it's 4-on-4 right now with, you know, just getting going here. 19 minutes, 1 minute has expired here in the 20-minute regulation time. So who is going to be heading on into the semifinals to join Tampa Bay Damage, Art Chaos, and the Los Angeles Ironmen? We're going to find out here.
It seems like from watching some games earlier, Matty, that things have kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah,
you guys noticed that?
Things have definitely slowed down, but not a ton. I mean, we still saw 7-point wins.
And looking at the games, right? Like
yeah.
same early in the morning, a lot of in-your-face quick
exactly.
action.
Well, I think what's happened is at least the games in the beginning have started slow, like at the beginning of the match. But we've saw, you know, I mean, Damage put up 7 on Crew, Vicious put up 7 on Revo, Input put up 7 on Crew. So, you know, they've been picking it up. But as the teams start filling each other out, it's like the first 2 points always go really long. The first 2 points in the Revo Impact game, or Damage game, was they're 10 minutes, 5-minute points.
Yeah, I was watching that back in the GI Sports booth.
So here we go. Now Cornell for Edmonton
moves around.
Impact.
He's at snake 50 now. So
I'm saying Justin goes.
And they just take out the snake corner. So that leaves Shane Colby solo right now. But he does have a player at the center Dorito. What we're calling the center Dorito. It's not dead center, but it's offset a little bit, Nate.
Yeah, and I'd bet as soon as Justin gets that call and he gets that support from Rainey behind him in the snake corner, he's going to go ahead and try to make that move. So it's a wide open side on the snake side. Impact's been really, really good at that this entire year with smelling blood in the water and taking advantage of those 2-on-1s on the side. In a field like this, you know, I'd say Rainey, of course, isn't the the fastest player moving down the snake side. He's slow and methodical, but he knows how to play. And I say if he can get JC to go down there and take out Colby and blow that side open, he'll do a great job of containing it. I think that's Sauceman there in the Dorito, and that would almost all but guarantee Impact at this point.
Yeah, and you know the thing with Rainey is he's not a super push, let me cannonball down one side type guy, but his timing is really great. He's an amazing gunfighter, and he sees the field really well. Looks like Yakimek dying out of his bunker, so that's going to kind of put Justin in a little bit more of a treacherous situation up here. He still has Rainey right behind him though, but doesn't have anyone to come join him. There's no extra body to waste. It's 3-on-3 right now. Joshua Met, Justin Cornell, and Rainey Stanzik. So it's just Joshua Met on the back bunker on the D side of the field. And the other 2 bodies for Impact over here, snake side. So for Vicious has a little bit more of a cross-field spread with Sauceman in the center, but better field position here in the snake, and you know, everyone's worried about Cornell right now.
And he needs to have a solid game, because that last game, it was like 6 points in. He finally got his first elimination. So he's doing what Impact needs him to do right now: stay disciplined, stay smart, don't force it down the snake side right now.
Yeah, and I don't see him forcing it. Oh, that was close. He just got clipped in the head. He definitely just got clipped in the head. Great shot. Great shot.
Was that Schrader crossfield, or was that Sauceman?
That was Schrader. Schrader was backing up, looking for that shot, and look at this move all the way down the whole tape. You see him stomping up and down there.
Yeah. He just had himself a game there.
Hey, that was a huge point for Nate Schrader. Yeah. You know, we've been waiting for Nate Schrader, such a highly talented, you know, guy coming into this league. And what a beautiful move down there. He got that crossfield shot on Justin, and then went off to the races. And before anyone knew what was happening, all of a sudden,
4-pack.
Yeah, Omaha Vicious going up 1 right now. So that was a big point for Nate Schrader, Omaha Vicious.
Yeah, I feel a little bad because I was just about to talk about how JC was really moving the snake, right? Shane was pretty much zoned up on the corner, giving him some trouble, and JC was looking around the snake trying to get shots on Sauceman and make a move. But on the opposite side of things, Schrader was moving around the corner, backed up, got that shot on Justin, not paying attention to him, and then...
Yeah, so let's check out this game matchup here. On paper, of course, Edmonton Impact, such a phenomenal year. Made the finals for 3 events in a row. They won Chicago, took second at the other ones. And Vicious, they took second in the beginning of the year, first event. since then struggled a little bit, had to play in 2 relegation games, but Vicious is absolutely capable of defeating Edmonton Impact here if they play their best ball. That's the problem with the Vicious, is just a little inconsistent, but Edmonton Impact has been the definition of consistency. I mean, when you go back to World Cup last year, they took second as well at that event, so even towards the later part of 2013, it's been pretty safe money to bet that Edmonton Impact's going to make the finals. Yeah,
well, right now,
there's only been 1 event that they haven't made the finals since World Cup last year.
That was Dallas.
The very first event, yeah. So right now, with just about 20 seconds to go, these teams switching sides. Omaha Vicious will be on your right-hand side, Edmonton Impact on your left-hand side.
Looking dead in the sun now, the fun side.
Yeah, and as the day goes on here, especially in that snake looking crossfield towards the D side, the shadows start to grow long, and the sun coming off that lake starts to get real bright. So we'll see if that plays a factor over here. Might have played a factor in Justin Cornell's death in the snake. So Justin Cornell also coming towards the snake side again. Conservative breakout over here, snake side initially for Omaha Vicious, but then sending Bortle. Bortle might have got shot in the pack. He's asking for a check.
He's asking, let's see. Vicious making a big move up to Dorito 2. All 5 alive. Brian Bortle into snake 1. And takes out Justin Cornell. Oh, here's a penalty on Vicious in the back corner here. So
major or minor?
Minor, looks like.
So that was interesting, right? So he went in to go check the play. I didn't see any flag go up. But that was a quick call by the ref. At the same time, Vicious loses their Dorito push. It was a good move by Schrader. It looked like getting down the Dorito, but he took too big of a bite there trying to get to the 50. Great point last one. Just had to slow it down a little bit on this point here, but anything can happen.
Yeah, so
crazy game.
Zach Yakmak moves up here on the snake side, gets chopped up going in. So
even with that penalty, Omaha Vicious might have a chance here. 3 bodies they're looking at, so it's 2 on 3. But they're going to be getting Sherman out of the box to even up this count here in 25 seconds if Vicious can hold it down.
Yeah, Vicious really needs to try and, Impact needs to try and get a move, I think, into the snake, or at least get Justin out to that corner. Because right now they're not in a really good position to shoot the box with, being able to come out of either side of that big box.
Not at all. No one has really advantage to take a shot. Maybe Joshua Matt, but
Joshua Matt would, but I imagine he's going to have some pressure by the Vicious players.
No one's really looking at the box right now. So here he comes out. Let's see if Matt Sussman gets out, and he gets blasted coming out.
So good job by Edmonton Impact to read and react to that penalty ending. Just destroying Sussman as he came towards the D side to try to help out Trevor Reese over there. Trevor Reese has just been stacking up kills today for Omaha Vicious. 2 confirmed already here in this game. Brian Bortle, though, the thorn in the side for Edmonton Impact in snake 1.
Yeah, and Brian really needs to look down the tape now, because the only one stopping him is Rainey as he makes a move into the snake. Brian could have, just about at any point, especially seeing the clock from his position, could have got down that snake and could have shot a Met in the back if he made that move into Impact side of the snake.
Joshua Met just takes out Vicious player.
Yeah, so unfortunately for Vicious, Brian Bortle gets shot out of there, and Trevor Reeser did too. So to Rainey Stanzik, Joshua Met, 3 confirmed kills for Joshua Met already in this matchup, and that is going to put Edmonton Impact on the board here. But like you were saying, Nick, lots of long points here in the beginning of these games in the afternoon bracket.
Especially this game right here, because they both know.
Well, it's a big,
They know
means a lot,
they win. They move to tomorrow's semifinals, and
yeah, they know what's at stake. I mean, they've been doing the same thing we're doing, following the games, counting the numbers, and seeing what they need to do in order to give themselves a chance to progress in this tournament. So a semifinals berth awaits the winner of this match. It's all tied up at 1. And we got about 1:40 before the start of this next point. We'll be right back after this. are back here, getting ready to play this next point, all tied up at 1 apiece. Boys, both these teams look pretty good, though.
They are looking pretty good.
Playing solid. Both squads, they're just duking it out right now to decide who's going to play tomorrow in the Sunday semifinal. So
yeah,
tied 1-1.
I think I'd have to give it right now the edge definitely to Impact for being in this situation, the experience, right? And then the other card that Vicious is going to have is they're going to have the heart, they're going to have the push, they're going to want this more. I mean, not to say they'll want it more, but they want to prove that they can make Sunday and they can make the finals, and they've done it once this year already.
Yeah, and they just came off that win at the CXBL.
Yeah,
that's going to give them a little bit of momentum. Should have given them a little momentum,
Yeah, I played them. It was great.
Yeah, so here we go, man, and we're going to find out who's going to move on right now.
As we say this, Vicious goes to the 50 Dorito real quick. Justin Cornell now is at the 50 Snake. Vicious loses their 2 Snake guys. Snake corner, Snake 1. It's just chaos. Snake. Wow. Justin Cornell gets taken out. Vicious gets taken out. The 50 Dorito.
Good
man,
trade,
chaos is going everywhere here.
Yeah, well, it's like Nick said, man. Both these teams are really hungry. Impact wants to cap off their year with the World Cup victory, which they feel they didn't get cheated out. X Factor stole it from them last year.
Stole it.
But and earned it. But at the same time, they want that win. That's how they want to finish their year. Vicious doesn't want to end their year getting knocked out by Impact. So though,
especially not in a game like this, where hey, you win. This is almost like a finals game right here.
Yeah.
Treat it that way, because that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's why we're seeing, deaths came back and forth there, but at the end of it, Trevor Reeser, last player left alive for Omaha Vicious, so getting the short end of the stick in this chaotic point is Vicious thus far. Rainey Stanzik, Justin Rabakoff, and Zach Yakimek are left alive here, and with a good crossfield spread, too.
Yeah, and I think this is where you're going to see, where the experience paid off, right? The Vicious guys, I think it was Nate Schroeder, made a great move into the 50, right? But he overextended, and there was no one when Vicious lost their corner player to stop Justin Cornell from moving into their snake. And they traded, but at the end, Impact's got more bodies alive, and as soon as they can put together that, boom, Trevor's the last guy, now he's dead, they're obviously going to take this point. Matty Marshall just took a hit in the left shoulder, ladies and gentlemen.
Shoulder here.
Matty Marshall
I'm out. That
has been eliminated.
That one broke.
Yeah. Oh
wow.
Oh
wow.
Glad we got our glasses on.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at Nick, and all of a sudden, for the first time in 3 years of the current incarnation of the webcast, actually, that's the first time I've ever been shot.
And it broke?
Yeah, broke on me.
Cracked.
Well, I mean, are you still playing on? What are we doing here?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see this. The shadows are starting to get long, but I definitely took a hit on my shoulder. I kind of caught it out the corner of my eye at the last second, tried to dodge it, but apparently I'm getting old. My reflexes are failing me.
Safety first. Oh, my gosh.
That's why we always keep our sunglasses on over here.
Right.
Yeah, so solid work by Edmonton Impact there to take down Omaha Vicious. But like you guys said, it was kind of a back and forth point, but Edmonton Impact just a little bit too much for Omaha Vicious. But again, lot of time left here, 11 minutes and 8 seconds to go. We're going to be right back. Stick with us.
It's the weekend before the final event of the year, and we have 60 cases of paint. Last year at this time, we only had 20, and we didn't even make the cut for finals. But this year, with the money we raised through paintballproshop.us, that's not a problem. Now we have money for practice and events. It's free. paintballproshop.us.
So we're back in the pits. There's Coach Burgess, who helps out Todd Martinez, talking to Shane Colby, who's been hot and cold here in the Snake.
On a field like this.
I thought he would have just foamed at this Snake.
Which, you know what? A lot of guys, though. You can say we've got 3 guys on heat, Moorhead, Chad George, and even Thomas Taylor. Yeah, their mouths are watering, but there are ways you can really prevent those Snake guys from getting in there. 1, off the break, and 2, you're going to have a good battle down the tape.
Yeah.
And so.
There's a running ref.
Well, it was a ladder Snake, but it wasn't very easy. It was still a tough battle over here.
Yes.
So
very tough battle, but very predictable when we know each other as well as you do in this pro level, and It's easy to put an extra gun on this field on that snake side. And you get that kill, right? It's going to get in people's heads. Maybe they don't want to take on the break. Maybe they play a little bit slower. But if you push, man, like you see JC doing now because he knows the body's dead, you're going to get results.
Yeah, JC has just been such a consistent attacker over here. Real aggressive, one of the more aggressive players that we've seen out of all the teams. You know, he's got shot too, but he's done a really good job of shaking off any bad point that he had or anytime he got shot off the break. And now it looks like Justin Rabikoff is going to come down. And while everyone was looking, or last player, Sauceman, was looking at Cornell, Rabikoff able to get that shot. So that is going to send the lead to 4-1?
3-1.
That's 3-1. There, yeah, they can see the point, so there it goes up. So Impact's starting to pull away a little bit here. It's still close, though.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. We've got 10-15 left, 3-1.
Yeah, so we're going to be right back, man. Stick with us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're looking in the Vicious pits right now as they are now down by 2 here against Edmonton Impact. Last game of the day and the game that will decide, not only the last game of the day, last game of the prelims. And so we're about to find out who is going to be moving on into the semifinals. Is it going to be Edmonton Impact yet again? Or is Omaha Vicious going to step up, come back, and win this match? Off the break, both teams are 5 strong. And it looks like Trevor Reeser turns right around into a ball.
Great shooting off the break by Impact.
He's trying to creep on that dead zone.
Nice shot. Looks like Josh Amet's getting checked out in the Dorito corner. He is clean. At the same time, Impact makes a move from Dorito 1 to the Dorito 2. Justin.
Zach Sherman gets eliminated in snake corner. As that happens, like you said, Justin Rabikoff moves to Dorito 2.
Baby Rab.
Baby Rab.
We got Papa Rab up here.
Papa Rab.
Loving Baby Rab.
Yeah, well, your kid is playing amazing right now for Edmonton Impact. He's in the 50-yard line on the D side of the field.
It looks like he's getting a shot in. He just bounced Shane Colby in that God.
You can see there Justin Rabikoff, top left-hand portion of your screen.
And we just cursed him. We gave him the commentator curse.
I was going to ask if that was still going on, obviously.
Look at this. Vicious moving down that drip 50 Dorito, just smoking Zach Yakimak.
But Sauceman, or I'm sorry,
Parker Rosenthal.
Yeah, Rosenthal taking the walk. So it's just Nate Schrader with
wow, look at this. And he gets a penalty, a red flag.
Nate Schrader with the 7 confirmed kills. Looks like he gets a major penalty. Was it on Nate?
Yeah, it had to be because there was only 2 left. Let's say great secondary punch by Nate to see that elimination of Justin. And make the move and get that cross kill on Josh. We don't know. I don't know when he got shot. I was just about to say Justin Cornell moved back towards the Dorito side, which I completely disagreed with. He should have gotten the snake and kept going down. But unfortunately, in a game like this, they get a penalty like that in this time.
That is the worst time ever.
You know what? There's plenty of time left.
And he gets the penalty at the end, so it's going to be a full 2 minute.
Yeah, and it's tough because, you know, Nate's not a young guy, he's a little older. He's, you know, I think he's in his mid to late 20s. But the thing is that he's kind of young in his professional paintball career. So hopefully he can go and shake that off because he was playing really good right up until the point where he got that major penalty. Let's check out the split screen replay here. So this is off the break, so you can see who beats who to the bunker. And where you saw that Reeser just turned right around, took a stream, and he had to walk off immediately. He didn't get much more than a couple feet out of the start gate.
I don't think he took a step.
Yeah, he just basically turned right around.
And that's something you want to say. We talked about that. And if we were going to have bodies shoot off the break, you have to move, man. Do not be a static target.
Yeah.
For guys at this level will hit you.
Yeah. Yes, yeah,
right?
they will.
They'll be like, oh, dude's still standing there? One flick of the gun, and you're going to get smoked.
Yes.
And that was the first time I saw Trevor do that move, the whole event. pull right there like that. So he's been going straight to the Torito Aztecs. So
I'd have given it to him if they got an elimination off the break. If he would have laned someone, good trade, especially a runner, right? Because they Vicious got out wide.
But he didn't even have time to get locked into his lane. I mean, he basically looked right around and caught that one. That's on that split string breakout. You saw, Impact is able to whip that gun around faster.
Yeah, and that was a body running out. So, I mean, Greg Sewers and I have this debate, or not. I don't have a debate with Greg. I agree with Greg. But would you rather be 100% running and shooting or 100% snap shooting? It's between Greg and Ryan Moorhead.
I would take 100% running and shooting. Sorry.
So don't apologize to me.
Well, think about 100% snap shooting.
But you gotta get to the bunker first.
I understand, but once you get to the bunker, you never miss. I mean, wow, that's impressive.
That's the great debate.
That's a great debate.
It's a good one.
We did have 5 up on the break for Bolt Oil, 4 on 5.
Yeah, and comes Danny Park getting a spin for Justin Cornell, moving. As we say that Zach gets taken out in that snake corner, so it's 4-4.
4 and 4 with the advantage, definitely going to Impact being in the snake. Danny Park getting some spins. If he can hopefully say Justin can get out here to the snake side, help put some pressure on Vicious's snake corner to get Danny Park down the snake, that'll definitely be a huge advantage for Impact. Looking at Vicious right now, looks like they're pretty much locked up, crossed up across that back line, just look like they're going to shoot their guns. Although someone's walking off. Did I miss that elimination? Zach Sherman gets eliminated.
He walked off the snake corner here, so.
Okay, so Danny's got free reign right now to crawl all the way to the end. And with Justin behind him, you say you do that in a game like this, all the attention's going to be on Danny. Justin just has to walk down the snake side, pick off loaders, or in Justin's words, next packs and backs.
And with Danny, like you said, here he is. Just keep going.
Well, if you look at Danny,
there he goes.
It didn't seem like he was too sure as to what was going on that snake side, but now that he knows, and the ref comes in to check him to show everyone where he's at.
Thanks, ref.
Yeah. See, Danny's clean. He's playing the outside of that bunker.
And like you said, here comes Justin behind him,
and
trying to get some shots because these guys got to turn their gun on Danny.
Yeah, and there's a good shot of Justin right now, guys. So back at home, there's a perfect little pro paintball tip, right? You get a guy ahead of you. Of course, we talk about Danny gets eliminated, but you get a guy ahead of you down the snake, and a snake like this, all you got to do is start creeping up behind him, right? Because all the attention's on him, and you're going to catch the front of the loaders in their backs.
And it's funny, as you said that.
Absolutely.
Vicious was creeping out trying to see what's going on, and he got blasted in the head. The guy in the penalty box.
Who shot him?
I don't know who shot him, but he got hit in the head.
I think it was his son.
The penalty's about to end right now, so here comes Nate Schrader. He can come out and try to redeem himself, and hasn't really picked a spot yet, though. He's just kind of ghosting out in the center.
But that was a very smart move by Nate because he looked and he knew that he knew there was a snake player. And Justin was set up inside, so if Nate went right to the Dorito side, Justin would have torn him to pieces.
That was actually real smart because he used that bunker to block Justin out, knowing that lane.
He was tree walking.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful job by Nate Schrader to make it out alive, knowing that Justin couldn't move forward from that spot, but would shoot him if he ran it either right or left. So
and
took the only safe route, essentially.
Yeah, and what needs to happen now, and I'm kind of surprised that, lucky bounce right there.
Well, and then using that, though, and everyone, the guns turned to Nate, and now here comes Vicious with the one body advantage trying to take out Justin, and they do. So Nate gets a shot on Justin.
Yeah.
Great play by Vicious here, coming out of the penalty box.
Great play sorry.
It's 3-on-1 now, and they just look like they take out the last player for Impact. Nick Laval looks like. So amazing play to kill the penalty, bring it back, 4-2.
And you know what? That was Impact's point. Even with Danny dying and it was a 2-on-3, there was no one over here farther than that Dorito on Vicious's snake side. So Justin could have crawled. He could have crawled all the way to the end. And you got Sauceman and I don't care who else you have with. I got stuck in that bunker with Thomas Taylor.
Yeah,
that is a small bunker with 2 guys in it.
It is.
And with the angles you have, and say Justin could have crawled down, I guarantee you probably would have got 2 kills.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked about Nate needed to maintain his composure. He got that major. Sometimes it's easy to get a little down on yourself, get a little defeated regardless of how well you're playing. You go in, and when you come out, you're not quite fired up like you were to play the game. So that was a good job by Nate to fight through that, let his boys fight through the penalty, get out of there, and then make it count when he got back out. So nice work. So we got ourselves a 2-point game here. Time's starting to play a factor. 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, so the matches for day 2 on the Challenger field just wrapped up. The last 2 matches, one was between Boom and Thunder. Thunder got that win 4-2, so they won 3 out of 4 of their matches during the prelims. The last one was VCK versus Aftershock. Aftershock pulled out that win 7-3, meaning they also won 3 of their matches this weekend. The teams moving on to the semifinals will be Dynasty, Infamous, Aftershock, and Thunder. That's all I have here. Let's get back to this match.
Thank you, Lauren Kelly, for that fantastic update.
Well, that's interesting. Thunder finally stepping up and playing well enough to make it to the semifinals for the first time this year. And we don't know exactly what the matchups are going to be. But, yeah, Infamous and Dynasty, no surprise there. Also Aftershock. But awesome job by Thunder in the mix. So those are the 4 teams, and those semifinals are going to take place tomorrow morning. And those are some of the most interesting games to watch because the winner of those games is going to be moving back up into the Champions Division.
Oh me, oh my.
Yeah, and speaking of tough games that are to play, an interesting game to watch, Heat's going to have to play another relegation game.
Say what?
Say
Yeah.
what? Who we playing?
Yeah.
Who's he playing?
We don't know. You know who we're playing yet?
I don't know. I'm just up here with you guys.
Well, yeah. Well, you guys defeated Dynasty in a relegation game at the last event.
We did. Vicious losing 2 bodies on the break. You
3
got
bodies now.
3 bodies now on the break. You've got Shane Colby there on the screen checking himself. Not in a good position to be in when you've got 3 of your buddies that have already walked out the field. Although if he does get in this snake, he can do some damage because Impact is yet to move up that Dorito side. So if he can get Sauceman to give him some support on his mirror, JC, and then Rainey, who's not going to make it easy in Impact snake side, he might be able to do some damage, but it looks like he's also having some paint trouble because you see him shooting cross.
And I would imagine now Impact also knows now with 5 minutes left, 4-2, they just shot 2 or 3 guys, hey, let's take our time, let's not get crazy here. And Vicious says, nah, we're not going to let you kill anymore.
Todd's not
We're not going to let you get any more time off the clock. So that's smart by Ty because it's 5 minutes left. You're down 3 points, plenty of time to put some quick points. So good move by our co-host Todd Martinez.
Well, Zach Yakimek getting 2 kills there to help his team go up by 3 right now with the very fast point. 5:07 left to play here in this race to 7 points. Last game of the prelim competition here at the World Cup. And Impact right now looking like they could potentially be the team that moves on to the semifinals. So we're going to be right back. Stick with us for the conclusion of this match.
Who shot 5? We both did. Who shot out? I think you said Dorito side.
Get out, sucker! Bye, sucker! Night, night!
Can we do that?
Ooh. Coming back into Impact's pits, and you get Dave Baines.
Oh, I was talking earlier about how, when you got Dave Baines on your roster, even if he's not playing points, he's like, now he's an extra coach. So now it looks like Vicious calls a timeout right at the last second there.
Are we sure about that? Because none of the Impact players were on the field. Vicious had a whole line
That's
out
the
there.
information I'm getting.
Okay.
So,
all right,
yeah, maybe not.
What you got.
Well, maybe they all five guys out?
4, because they had 1 guy in the box. He's still there.
Well, maybe
it looked like Impact was just creeping along, and there's like
I thought I heard Dave yell
left.
timeout.
Yeah, so it probably was. You're right. Probably right. I just heard in my ear that it was a Vicious, so. Okay. Apparently it was Lauren Kelly's fault.
What is she doing?
Lauren Kelly, what is she
Lauren
doing?
Kelly?
Penalty?
I told Lauren she's got a tag team with you, get you over there.
She'd come up do my job?
I mean, she can give it a try. But I could see you over there doing a little co-hosting on the sidelines.
I would love to go down there.
I've done that. I'll stay over here. That's brutal. You're on your feet all day long. I'd rather be up here sweating in this sauna up here.
Say, Maddie, going back to what you said about Nate Schroeder, I got to give it to him. And the times I've seen him play, right, being composed, he's probably one of the most pumped up guys I know, right? So another hats off to him, right? He got that, like you said, he got the major penalty, got in the box, came out smart, caught a lucky bounce by the paintball gods, and then went ahead and closed out that game by taking out Justin, and then I don't know if he eliminated the last Impact player, but
keeping it close. You know, I mean, that was the thing. That was a big one because now they're down by 3 because Impact came when that last one that went it to 2 at that particular point. But with 5:07 down by 3, I mean, Vicious is still in this game, but it's a tall order. It's gonna be really tough. It is possible though. Let's check in with Lauren.
Hey guys, I am down here with Impact's coach, Bart Yakimek. Now, before this match, you were scouting Vicious. I was sitting next to you and talking to you about it. When you're scouting teams before your match, what are you specifically looking for?
We're really looking for tendencies of what they're doing, and they're taking the Dorito corner pretty well every point. They weren't taking snake, so we key up on that, and we know that, then we can move our guns in or out depending on where they're going. And they weren't taking, even the snake corner, they were not taking it that much, so we know kind of how to react to that, and we're trying to shoot. We haven't shot the Dorito side at all actually this game, and we've kind of been on top of it trying to shoot maybe 2-3 guns at that side. So it depends on what happens, but that's where we're at.
All right, well, they're ahead 3 points. We'll see if Vicious can get another point on the board.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.
So heading back in here as the time starts to tick off, and it looks like a minor penalty now in Impact. So the door opens for Vicious a little bit. Can they take advantage of it? Still 5 players left alive for them. Just 3 right now for Impact. D-side's completely blown open. Parker Rosenthal makes his way up into that 50-yard line in the center of the field. You're looking at Impact's last guys on your screen right now. 3 players for them. Cornell is going to launch to the snake, though, and try to slow the roll here. If he can get up and shoot Parker, that could change things here. But they're going to try not to let that happen as Trevor Reeser executes Justin Cornell once he found out where he was. Had to sacrifice his body to do it, but when it's 5-on-3, you can do stuff like that. Now it's 4-on-2.
Yeah, I'd say that minor penalty definitely not helping Impact out on the break, but pushing forward, getting bodies into the snake. JC, it's a close elimination. Sherman almost missed him.
Yeah, almost missed him. Almost ran by him.
Well, and Vicious's season's on the line right now. Vicious's season seriously on the line. They're down by 3, under 4 minutes to play. They're up bodies right now. They have to push forward, and they need to do it quickly because they have to score 3 points.
In 3 seconds, Justin's going to be coming out of the penalty box. Let's see if he can make it out. And no.
Nope.
Eliminated off the go.
Okay, so now that that problem has been solved from Omaha Vicious, they need to start pushing up the field.
They need to recognize that there's only 2 bodies left and sacrifice
2
one of the guys.
bodies because there's 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game.
And close the gap, particularly on the snake side. There's 2 guys on the side. They're only looking at 1 body. The other guy across the field, Zach Yakmek, can't get a shot if you keep low, so they just need to put Rainey in. So Rainey here, and then Colby was able to make that move up to the 50. That's exactly what needed to happen. Nice job. And it looks like Rainey's going to take the walk. He got shot trying to get a shot on Colby, and then Yakmek takes the walk as well, too. So here comes Omaha Vicious, and Brian Bortle going to run that flag in. So nice job by Vicious. They're going to pull within 2 with 3 minutes to play. So still alive, Omaha Vicious.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, that's definitely enough time. So Trevor Reeser, again, the confirmed kill count leader for Omaha. 6 confirmed for him. Parker got 1 in that last one. So we'll see. I don't know, man. This is going to be good. Omaha Vicious, 3 minutes to go. Season on the line. Let's check out this replay here. So there comes Trevor Reeser, completely committing, knows, hey, man, Justin can't live in this snake because that's going to slow us down. So he sacrifices his body in order to take out the thorn in their side. Justin Cornell, you see the paint exploding off Justin's head right there. Nice shot, nice work by Trevor Reeser. So now looking in the pits right now for Omaha Vicious, they're going to send Reeser back out. That is definitely smart. About a minute to go before the start of this maybe potential last point, and we have seen some long points. It always comes down to the break.
I'm feeling at least 2 more.
I think we might see 2 more too. Well, if Vicious could come out and shoot some bodies off the break, that would put them in you know how it is. Quick points always go down by how many bodies come off the break. So if Vicious can shoot 1, if you're a Vicious fan, you want him to shoot 2, and then that could speed things up here. But if you see 5 alive on both teams, then Vicious is going to have to push aggressively into guns. They're not going to have a choice because, again, they got to score 2 just to tie.
Yeah, and I like to say, with you saying that, Matty, with the bodies dropping off the break, Impact has that experience. You know, if they lose bodies on the break, I'm saying, unfortunately, at last point they got a minor. Right, so good shooting by Vicious, especially if they can, drawing that penalty. But Impact loses bodies on the break. They're a team that knows how to lock things down.
And try to chew that clock up.
I guarantee you, even with this timeout, that I don't know whether I'm guessing Vicious took it. You can't hear what's going on in the Impact pit, right? You see Todd on your screen going over the play. But I guarantee you in the Impact pit right now, Dave and Bart are going, hey, we lose that body. You're right. You've practiced these things. They know. this guy drops, I got to cover this zone, I got to go here, I got to go there.
Yeah, don't get out gun battling, getting stupid.
Yeah, and they're going to play to win, guarantee that, right? They see those advantages, they're going to take them, but
take what they give you. If they don't give it to you, just play smart, cross each other, take each other and cover each other.
Yeah, so we're gonna be right back here. These teams spilling out to play this next point. 3 minutes to go. Vicious down by 2. They have to push aggressive. We'll see you in a second.
So our sneaky ears in the pit there picked up some shenanigans from Todd, saying stuff's going down. So we need you folks at home.
We just don't know what stuff's going down.
Know, but we know there's
going down.
We know there's a turret involved.
There's a turret involved. He's got a free run to the turret.
He said when the crazy stuff goes down, you're going to have a free run.
To the turret.
We don't know what the turret means, and we don't know what exactly stuff he is referring to. So we're about to find out in about 8 seconds.
All right.
Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
about to go down.
Are they going to go to the turret?
So Schrader's in there. Sauceman, Rosenthal, Sherman, and Reeser.
Split screen breakout.
Oh, looks like they stopped some guys in the center on the delay, but Sauceman got shot. And Reeser got stuck in the center as well, too. Any bodies dropped for impact?
I got 5 guys alive for impact. 1 player getting checked out in the Dorito corner. He looks like he's going to be alive.
So it looks like just 1 dropping for Vicious. Time starting to tick down. 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go.
Justin Cornell's in the snake.
And I'm kind of upset because I didn't see anything really go down.
No, there's no. Maybe that is the turret. So
well,
maybe that's their turret.
Could be.
But here it is, 2:33 left. 5 on 4. But Vicious is definitely in position to, like...
Oh, minor penalty right now on Justin Rabikoff, which is going to completely open that D side of the field up. And now there are only 3 players left alive. They're all on the snake side. And it's going to be up to, I think, is Nate Schrader. Nate Schrader's still alive over on that D side. So let's see if he can realize what just happened in front of him, take advantage of that.
There he goes. He's starting to move.
Yeah, he's going to have to move a little bit quicker. And he's still going ahead. He's taking a wrap around that Dorito corner. Look for him to move up to the Dorito 1, if not Dorito 2.
And then
Here he goes.
3.
And here, if Zach Yakmak doesn't find a way to get to that 50 center Dorito, he's going to have a hard time with Nate Schrader there. And there goes Justin Cornell getting taken out, duking it out. So,
yeah, a little bit of a sloppy move there by trying to get that gunfight. All he had to do was sit tight. He's got a good view of the clock. Who is that? Is that Zane?
That's Zach Yakmak and Rainey Stanzak. So.
That's going to get really tight in there with Nate being that 50 Dorito on the snake side. But just say, still doing a good job. Look for Nate to bounce on that 50 Dorito.
No one is looking at Nate right now, so Nate needs to wrap around and try to move up.
And Rainey just gets taken out of that corner, so.
Yeah. So
he takes out Trevor Reeser, so.
Yeah, but it looks like, so bodies dropping for both sides. Reeser gets shot. It's just Zach Yakmak left, and Nate Schrader still alive. So I think that Zach Yakmak also tried to trade out with Sherman.
Wow. And he did.
And he's still alive. And he's just going to jump and trade out, and it looks like it's clean, and Sherman's got to be careful he doesn't get a penalty. Schrader's still alive, but under a minute left. He needs to run in. He's making sure that the field is clean, and it is, so he's going to hang it up with just 53 seconds to go. Now we got ourselves a 1-point game here. And again, Vicious refusing to go quietly, and some more stellar play from Nate Schrader.
Yeah, a sneaky move by Justin coming out of the box, so I think we all missed that.
Yeah, we all missed that.
He snuck out of there, and I think he caused a little chaos on the field.
But yeah, but I don't. We may have. I was watching over there. Nate Schrader didn't miss that because he was the one that got the shot, I think, on Justin. But so and look at this, confirmed kills, 11 confirmed kills from Nate Schrader.
Nate Schrader's having the game of his tournament here.
He did get a major penalty, but even with that, you know, like you said, he's one of those hype guys, Nick, but he was able to maintain his composure.
Yeah.
All right,
great job by Zach. He almost pulled. I thought he was going to pull that out. He shot 3 of them.
Yeah,
he did. He shot 3 of them. Well, hey, here's the situation. Omaha Vicious has 53 seconds to make something happen. You can hear the intensity in their pits. Their season is on the line. If they can win, if they could tie this game up and take it to overtime.
Sorry to interrupt you there. The refs just threw a red flag up. So
wow, that is definitely going to change things here, and there's no one's even playing. I'm wondering what it could possibly be on as we were watching that last chaotic end to the point here, or you're watching that on your screen.
Okay.
Well, anyway, so on your screen right now, you're looking at Zach Yakmek, who, you know, that was the 3rd player that he had shot, trying to make something happen. But so yeah, so right now Todd's talking to his boys to get a play, but there's a ref conference going on, and you saw a red flag thrown in the air by the referee.
I just saw
the refs threw a flag.
Yeah, so what it is, we don't know yet.
A red flag?
A red flag.
Yeah, but I've never seen a major
after a minute and a half of the game
being finished.
Yeah, into the grace period here. And it's on impact. There's a major penalty on impact.
Wow. So Omaha Vicious has an opportunity to change the tide of this game right here, as Impact gives them a gift with a major penalty, and Impact doesn't even know what's going on. So it just looks like the clock is stopped. I think they need to explain. So the clock
here goes Dave Baines.
Clock is stopped at 13 seconds as Impact is being informed that they do have a major penalty. We do not know what that penalty is on. We might be able to get an update from the referee. I don't know with 13 seconds if we're going to be able to fit that in, but the clock is stopped, though.
Is Bart over there? Because I'm sensing a deja vu from West Coast.
Right, yeah.
I see Dave going there crazy a little bit, but we don't even know what the, like you said, it was a minute and 30 left, and then they threw a red flag.
Yeah, so for you folks at home, and they say the clock's now running, we had, the point had ended and a minute had run off the 2-minute clock, and the refs threw a major penalty. Again, we do not know what that was for. Here's your breakout with Impact on the screen. Let's see if they can hold off Vicious's onslaught, as you know something's going to happen. Nate Schrader making that move up to the right side.
And then Trevor Reeser going up into the center to shut down the D side.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong player.
So Nate Schrader, Trevor Reeser up in the center. Schrader out to the corner. He made it out alive. Nobody has died for Vicious. They're running out of time. 35 seconds now.
There's one.
One body comes off for Impact. Impact still 3 bodies alive. 5 bodies alive for Vicious. Most of them at the 50-yard line or right by it. And here comes Zach Sherman to follow right into your screen, into the snake. They're heavy guns. Vicious is attacking. Past the 50-yard line. Trevor Reeser looking for it. He's looking for his move. 15 seconds left. Don't know if they're going to have enough time. Sauceman grabs the flag. Bodies start to drop for Impact, and it looks like Omaha Vicious is going to utilize that power play and hang the flag. Sauceman stuffs it onto the flag station to tie the game up with 5 seconds left. What an amazing come from behind. Tying the game up here. Omaha Vicious getting a gift from the paintball gods. A major penalty, which will carry on over to overtime. Now, how overtime works in the prelims is we're going to throw 3-minute. Well, first we got to burn off the 5 seconds. Going to burn off the 5 seconds. So what a great job by Todd Martinez and the rest of the boys from Omaha Vicious to execute that game plan. Perfectly executed game plan. Now, they only lost Shane Colby, so 4 bodies left alive in that very quick point. So we're going to burn burn the time off. They'll burn the 5 seconds off because you can't score a point in 5 seconds. And then we're going to head to an overtime period. So how the overtime period works in the prelims is a 3-minute overtime period. If no winner can be established, then it will be a tie. Now on Sunday, things change. There's an overtime period on Sunday, same as it is in the prelims. But if a winner, because you got to get a winner on Sunday, then what happens is you go to those one-on-one shootouts. So it's a race to 3 with your 5 best guys.
So if we get a tie, what happens then?
Sorry, race to 2. Race to 2 points.
We get a tie, then we go to...
If it's a tie, it's probably going to go to...
The higher points spread?
2, 1, and 1. Well, Crew can't make it. They're 1 and 3. Revo's 0 and 4, so it's probably going to go to heads up, which is a tie. So it's going to go to point spread, which I don't have figured out yet.
Wow. I'm still waiting to hear what that penalty was for.
If it's a tie... I think if it's a tie, it might go to Impact, because I think Impact has a higher point spread than Vicious, because Vicious lost a big one. Vicious lost...
7-0 to damage.
Yeah, Vicious lost 7-0 to damage.
No, Vicious is pumped big time right now. Impact is probably still in shock that they had to go into that last
Well,
point.
and also the penalty will carry over. So
1 minute and 6 seconds left on that major, which we still are waiting to figure out
exactly
what
it was.
happened.
We
I don't know that I've seen a flag that late.
I
after points going off.
I don't think I ever have. In all the points I've ever watched, I don't think I've ever seen that before. So both of these teams' seasons on the line right now. Not only is Vicious season on the line, but Edmonton Impact season is on the line as well too. I haven't crunched the numbers, but I think if Impact ties, that they will advance because I think they have a higher point spread because Vicious did get blown out by Damage 7-0. And Impact's games were their game that they lost was really close. They lost to Damage by 1. So, and then Impact put up 2 other wins.
Here you have the breakout. You got Vicious on your screen. All 5 bodies
There's
alive.
one.
And Rainey takes the walk for Impact, so we got 4 on 3. That's uncharacteristic to Rainey. It's 2 games in a row where he's kind of lost his gunfight right away out of the snake corner.
Vicious lost Matt Sauceman, big gun for them. So
just 3 bodies left alive for Impact, 4 bodies alive for Omaha Vicious. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in this overtime point. One of the closest and most dramatic games that we've seen so far here at the World Cup.
Vicious just loses Zach Sherman going to the snake corner there.
That's a bad death for Sherman trying to get out wide.
Bad death. And here, what we say that here comes Nate Schrader. Looks like not Dorito 2. And moving to Brian Bordeaux, Snake 1.
Hey, 3 on 3, a little better field position on the D side right now for Omaha Vicious, but little better on the Snake side here as Justin Cornell is into Snake 1. And
we're coming up on 10 seconds on that penalty to come off, so say if Impact can get that body out, tied up on body, or they'll be up on body, so we got a 3 on 3 right now, as Matty was saying.
Let's see what side Zach Yakima decides to come out.
2, 1.
Does he make it out? He makes it out.
He makes it out.
That was huge.
Wow.
But look at this, Schrader pushing forward. I think he might have got shot, though. He did. So Schrader dies pushing forward. So Schrader, with his 11 confirmed kills, comes off. Now it's up to Trevor Reeser and Brian Bordeaux to try to save the season for Omaha Vicious. But they're looking at 4 bodies. Edmonton Impact, Joshua Met, Justin Cornell, Justin Rabakoff, and Zach Yakimek on the field.
Yeah, great shot there. Eyeing this guy now back to Justin, who is just swabbing out his gun, making that move up the snake. He's got to know that he only has 1 guy in front of him. If he can clear that side out, maybe he can make something happen.
Just take out Trevor Reeser, so it's Brian Bordeaux here all alone on the snake side.
Not looking good right now for Omaha
Justin Rabakoff takes the walk off, though.
Yeah, well, that's going to help, but he's still looking at 3 bodies. Let's keep it real here. Brian Bordeaux looking at 3 bodies, so we've seen crazier things happen, but
and he gets eliminated.
Wow,
you said his name too fast.
This has been an amazing game.
Yeah, so that is going to do it here for Omaha Vicious, and they fought hard, they fought long, they tied it up, they took it to overtime, and were able to utilize that power play. And you can hear the crowd clapping for both Edmonton Impact, who is going to reign triumphant here against Omaha Vicious with a final score of 6-5, as long as the hang is clean.
He's getting a thorough check.
Thorough check.
And
looks like it is good. So a big congratulations to Edmonton Impact, as they are going to join Tampa Bay Damage, Art Chaos, and the Los Angeles Ironmen in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Wow.
How you doing, Rap?
Like this game, like amazing. I mean, 2 teams trying to get to tomorrow, and boom, 5-2. It looks like the game is a little bit over, and boom, Vicious comes back, takes it to overtime, and crazy, Nick. I mean, like.
Yeah, hats off to Vicious.
Yes, absolutely.
They
gave
left
it
all out there.
They left it all out there, no matter what happens. I know it's going to be super frustrating for them in the way that this turned out, but. I mean, and hey, man, and also another big hats off to Nate Schrader.
Yeah.
Nate Schrader really stepping up. Yeah, he did get a major penalty, but the team, but still, 11 confirmed kills. Wow. So, a hard-fighting Omaha Vicious drops their last game to Edmonton Impact, 6-5.
And like you said, Nate Schrader with 11 eliminations. Trevor Reeser got 10. Zach Yakimak 9. Justin Cornell 8.
So these 2 teams spilling out to shake hands with each other as we run a little game recap here. And as this, Schrader having an all-star performance over there on the D side of the field, and that was a very smart. When he came out of that box, so smart. Look at that. He's out in the open. The reason he's doing that is because Justin Rabakoff was in the snake, and he knows he's blocking. He's using that Dorito to block Justin Rabakoff out. And you can see it from this side, and then he ends up shooting Justin Rabakoff. So just beautiful work by Nate Schrader. I think that's the most kills I've ever seen Nate have. So Nate on his upward trajectory here in his paintball career. if he could keep it up. Well, let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Before the game.
Hey guys, I'm here with Justin Rabikoff from Impact. Congratulations, what a match for that last one going into overtime against Vicious. You guys had a lead, so what do you think happened there that made you lose that lead and go into overtime?
The biggest thing was penalties. We got a lot of penalties. I think we got 4, a major, 3 minors. That's going to hurt you. I mean, props to Vicious. They played a hell of a game. They really wanted it. You know, this is World Cup, and everyone's going to fight for every point, and, you know, that's what they did. So you have to give them every prop. The thing is, they did a really good job on shooting us on the break, and that's why we got penalties. We got pack hits and whatever. So, you know, a little sloppy in that essence. Maybe we need to get out faster. And that's pretty much it.
When you guys do get penalties, because this is such a fast-paced, aggressive layout, you know that they're going to attack. What's the best strategy to make sure that they can't get a huge lead from just that 2-minute penalty?
Well, I mean, there's a couple cross shots, but not too many to hold the sides. Like you're able to still attack. Even if people are shooting cross, you can go right through their lanes, and that's the biggest issue with getting penalties. Because if you get a penalty, you blow out a whole side, and then you start down for the next point. It pretty much makes it almost impossible on this field, and you see the teams who are getting the penalties are the ones that are losing. So if we stay out of the penalty box tomorrow, you know, I think we might be okay.
You're going to be playing Art Chaos tomorrow in the semifinals. So besides penalties, overall performance, what do you think you guys need to work on?
Just staying alive in our bunkers, playing a little smarter, not getting into stupid gunfights, you know, things like that. You know, we're shooting a lot of people on the break, and, you know, that's what we're good at, so we're going to try to stick to that. If we stay out of the penalty box and we keep our gunfights to a minimum, I think we'll be all right.
All right, well, congratulations on that win. That was the last match of the day on the champion field. We will see you tomorrow for the semifinals and the relegation matches.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
So before we sign off, and thank you again for tuning in to the most important tournament in the world, PSP World Cup. And what an amazing day we had. You see all those 7s up there, so this fast field definitely played itself out. We did have a couple games that went to time and a couple overtime matches, but, you know, Houston Heat losing a big one to San Antonio X Factor to start the day. Legion loses to Ironman. Legion struggled. They will be playing in a relegation game along with Heat. I don't think they'll be playing each other. Not really sure yet. And Art Chaos loses to San Antonio X Factor. X Factor went 3-1 with a +10, not able to make it to the semifinal, so a heartbreaker. And then Ironman went to play against Houston Heat 7-2. Art Chaos 7-1 over Legion. Seattle Thunder lost to Storm 5-1. And then Chicago Aftershock just decimated Boom 7-0. Complete execution in that game. Tampa Bay Damage 7-1 over Baltimore Revo. Edmonton Impact 7-2 over Upton. Vicious 7-3 to keep them in this tournament against Revo as well. So Revo went 0-4 in their inaugural event. They'll be playing in a relegation game to try to keep their champion spot. Tampa Bay Damage 7-4 over Upton 187 crew. And then that final game we just watched, and you guys know what happened there. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly, see what happened and who made it through in the Challengers division.
All right, the last time you're going to hear from me today, I wanted to bring you the final recap of the Challenger matches for the day. So Dynasty was the only team to go undefeated this weekend. Going 3-1 were Infamous, Aftershock, and Thunder. They are all going to be going into the semifinals tomorrow, so you'll see them here on the champion field. Going 2 for 2 was Union and VCK. Winning 1 match this weekend and losing 3 was Boom, Red Storm, and CEP, and Excessive was not able to win any of their matches this weekend. The one game that I'm sure you're all wanting me to touch on was the Dynasty versus Infamous match. Initially, Infamous was up 2 points, 2-0. Dynasty managed to come back with 3 consecutive points, and pretty much from that point on, they just ran with all of the points, winning at 7-3. In that last point where Infamous really needed to get some points on the board, Damian Ryan got a major penalty, and they lost the point, ultimately losing that match to Dynasty. Dynasty winning 7-3. So Dynasty was undefeated. Infamous was going 3-1. That's all I've got for you, but I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Lauren. So, as we are closing out the prelims and Saturday's competition again, thank you for tuning in, and let everybody know, you know, that all the amazing games, and as we find out who's going to be winning in the divisional ranks, and also champs and challengers who's going to get relegated, who's going to step up, it's all about Sunday. So we got a little quick highlight reel here, end of day. Quick action, some of the crazier moves that we saw. Lots of crazy action on the snake side, which is exactly what we thought we were going to see here in this really aggressive field layout. You know, then there was the Upton 187 crew game.
This looked pretty good. I was sitting in the VIP area when this happened. And like the angle I had, I was like, ooh, I thought.
Yeah, it was bloody, man. And, you know, it's World Cup. And, you know, again, it's a paintball cliche for a reason. This is the tournament when you want to show up and prove yourself.
Yep.
If you get a World Cup win.
All those years for. Everyone plays and practices every weekend, spending all that money, traveling around to get to World Cup and win this event.
Yeah, there was Brian Bortle for Vicious. He played pretty good in limited spins. But, yeah, man, again, that Vicious game against Impact, they fought real hard. So heading into the offseason, hopefully should keep their heads high. And Nate Schrader, again, just, you know, played ridiculous in that match for them. So
yeah, right here. Say that was a great shot.
That was
just
amazing.
You could see Justin's paint, and you see how quick Nate realized that. You know, he knew if he took an extra step out, he's going to get eliminated, and he cut right back in, got into the bunker with Sauceman. As you see there, stayed alive. You don't see a shot on Justin at the end to win that point, but really heads up play. I'd say MVP for the day for that right there. That was impressive.
Like you said, that is Nathan Schroeder's best game we've seen.
I haven't seen him when he came up, but as far as like in a clutch performance in a very crucial game to try to save your team's season, yeah, it doesn't get to be harder than that except for tomorrow. So yeah, definitely Nate Schrader. Look at Sauceman pounded in to tie it up, but it ended up not going their way. So we're gonna see Archaos, Impact, Ironman, and Damage. So yeah, Impact, Damage, Archaos, and the Ironman tomorrow in the semifinals. And man, what an amazing World Cup it has been. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. On behalf of our entire broadcast crew, I'm Matty Marshall. We will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.
Bye-bye. What?